Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to another episode of What's Next Kentucky Radio. I'm your host, Mario Maitland, joined by my co-host, Maliek Winfrey, coming back again for yet another episode. It's fun to be back, man. We got a lot to talk about. And ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM, What's Next Kentucky Radio. Maliek, my man, how was your weekend, man? We're in summer now. I think today, first few days in summer, man. How has your summer been so far? We're early on in the summer, but how
early on, we're just getting it kicked off. It's been, a usual Kentucky summer, just up and down.
For sure.
Just a little bit of rain was it past week, but it's really just getting started. There's so many events and things coming up that I'm excited for. That we're gonna get into and talk about in the show. But kind of excited for what Kentucky has offered and coming up this summer.
Yeah, for sure, man. The big news that happened today. Got the flamethrower has returned. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my mic set. It actually fell off my head, so that's not a good start to our episode. But it's been a great start to my day because the flamethrower has returned to campus, ladies and gents. I know you're wondering who is the flamethrower, but Maliek, my man, introduce who's the flamethrower.
Man, the one and only Antonio Reeves.
He's back on campus, ladies and gentlemen. Come back for another year. Expected to, start practicing for their tournament in Canada. So that should be a good one to see, him lace it up once again in the Kentucky Wildcats uniform.
Man, I think this is going to be just a good addition to the team, honestly. I'm kind of excited to see just a little bit of I guess you could say, in terms of just so many freshmen coming in, he's the veteran leader of the team, so he's bringing that, and that just, possibly make a run. That's what we need.
Yeah, we got that. We got the missing piece we was looking for, the veteran and another scorer that we can kind of depend on. Dude had 37 against, I don't remember what team it was. I think it was South Carolina. Put up 37, man.
Yeah, I'm honestly we couldn't. I'm glad Oscar went to the draft. If it was any other player we could have back, I'm excited that was Antonio
Reeves. Yeah, man. I'm excited to see what he's going to do in Canada, man. But how much better do you think he makes us?
I think he makes, really a real difference. He's a great defender. Not even someone that I just think of just offensively. He brings a lot to the game. Yeah. Whether you can or can't see it on the stat sheet.
I was gonna say he's known for spreading the floor, but he brings a lot to the game in terms of I guess leadership. He's gonna be a leader. They're gonna look to him as a leader now that he's returning. Him and the dude Thiero as well. So I'm excited to see these guys, man, lace it up, man. You got a lot of talented freshmen on this team, but we get a returner like Reeves. It's gonna be special, man. I think we can. I don't want to say we're Final Four bound, but we're definitely going to make it further than we did this year.
I think we deserve a early top 5 ranking, early top 5 preseason ranking. We should be
we
3,
get that every year,
2.
Don't we?
Yeah, this year is actually, it seemed worth it, what I'm saying?
I got you, man. Man, talk about the potential roster, though, man. I mean, DJ Wagner, Rob Dillingham, the human highlight reel, I like to call him, Justin Edwards, Aaron Bradshaw, Ugo, Antonio Reeves joining to that class. We got Jordan Burks, Reed Shepard, a guy who joined our podcast, talked a little bit about what he had going on, and then the dude Thiero and Joey Hart. We got a pretty good roster. What do you think we're missing? What type of player could we use just to put the final touches on it?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say we're missing a player. You know what I'm saying? Okay. With Reeves come back and bringing that leadership that we needed to the team, and we got Thiero. I think it just comes down to just that this early in the season, just you guys learning each other and just picking up as a team. Just being a team. That chemistry. They all freshmen. And we kind of seen this before. Cal's done this before. Yeah. He's worked with young freshmen before and made a lot out of it. So here's this opportunity again. I think this is actually a really good class, good team. And it's, he has to do his part.
You going to Canada to go check him out in a few weeks?
Nah.
I know there's some Kentucky fans who's definitely going to be going to Canada, man. In other news, we got Bradley Beal joining the Phoenix Suns. It's a headline that's been happening for the past week. I mean, Phoenix receives Bradley Beal from a trade from Washington, while Washington receives Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, multiple second-round picks, multiple pick swaps as well. Who do you think is the winners and losers of this trade? I'll let you go, Maliek, and then I'll give you. Bless you, brother.
Thank you,
brother.
I think I'm gonna go with honestly, just you have to go Phoenix. Like they were already over the salary cap, so it's kind of like bringing Bradley Beal in. It's like kind of a 1-for-1 trade. It was Bradley Beal for Chris Paul. Let's be honest. Like they kind of got him for free. It's almost like
kinda. That no trade clause. That thing, man. That's something. Just having that and being able to like pick where you're gonna go. That's a power to definitely have as a player, as a superstar. For sure.
Like I don't know. Like I just say, it's just I've never per se seen such a trade where it's just like this guy Bradley Beal. It sounds like it's like people feel commentators, even just outsiders. It's like why there's no DeAndre Ayton in the trade. There's no other big name in make them give up nothing.
Yeah.
It's like. This is the same Phoenix that was releasing Chris Paul like a week ago.
They waived him, didn't they?
So I'm like, how they trade someone they releasing? Like
I don't know, man. I'm gonna actually disagree with you on this one, man. I think the winners of this trade is Washington. You get Chris Paul, a guy that's known to make a team.
They're gonna buy him out though. They're gonna buy him out.
They might buy him out.
That's
they might buy. If I'm Washington, I'm keeping him. You keep a guy who's been. This guy carried multiple teams to the playoffs.
With what? This is so Bradley Beal couldn't do it, but Chris Paul can't.
Yes, I've seen it.
With what? What pieces?
We've seen it against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They have pieces.
We've seen it with. I think they have pieces.
The Wizards don't have pieces.
I think they got
Kyle Kuzma, free agent. They lost KCP, traded him to the Wizards.
You don't think Kuzma's a piece?
No, he's a free agent.
Oh, he's a free agent?
Yeah.
Okay. No, in that case, you might just have to scratch it, Washington.
I don't.
You might just have to scratch it, Washington.
They should have got some first-round picks or something. They got second-round picks out of it.
Hey, off-season's early, so they're probably, waiting, to see. I'm not going to judge Washington. I'm going to trust you guys.
I'm a judge. I'm
going to trust you guys. I'm going to trust you guys. In other news, we got a Titanic tourist submarine has gone missing, and the rescue operation is underway. And I believe, as we speak right now, they're still under the water and they're missing.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. Like, imagine just the correlation. Like, Titanic, that's a sink that basically, sunk in the water and, went missing, Now you got the tourist submarine is missing as well. So it's like it's so weird. Imagine,
it's almost like curse.
Yeah, it's like a curse almost, I was reading on Twitter that, some people just, replying and their, reaction to it was like, the tickets for it. Yeah, I believe it's like $250,000 for the tickets to go on the submarine to tour. Like you're paying all this money.
$250K to drown. Like this is
to drown.
Unimaginable.
$250K to drown.
I think they created new fears for a lot of people. Like
you going on that submarine?
No. Like I said, I am the people who new fear created.
That's something that I might be willing to try though. Like a submarine underwater, just to see it. A once in a lifetime bucket list. Now that has happened, I definitely don't want to do it. But I'm saying before the fact, I probably would try that. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No, before, yeah, definitely. Like before, a lot of things changed as of today.
little freaky there, man. We got Meek Mill coming out with some news that he's on his way. I guess on his pathway to making 2 collaborative albums in the making. I don't know who's gonna be the person that he's gonna collab with, but. He's got 2 on the way, man. What do you think about that? Meek Mill, one of my favorite artists. Shout out to Meek Mill, Philadelphia made. I'm not from Philly, but hey, man, Philadelphia made. He got a lot of people from Philly. Got Kevin Hart, Will Smith, man. They're killing
Uzi.
it. Uzi, yeah, they're killing it, man. What do you think about his upcoming album? Who should he even collab with? What do you want to see a collab album with Meek Mill?
That's a hard question. It's only hard because, it's been I want to say it's not been that long, but it's been a while, since we got some Meek Mill. We haven't had a single or anything like that from him recently.
He's been working.
But, him being an older guy, I'm not a big fan of when young guys and older guys collab. I'm not a big fan.
Okay.
It normally just doesn't fit together. Like they're what the 2 things are rapping about. So,
I agree. I think I want to see something like unique in the
I
respect
think it has to fit.
Yeah, it has to fit,
anything.
but it'd be cool if you get somebody who doesn't fit just to pull it off. Like, that'd be cool. We get a J. Cole.
I've never seen it pulled off though. I've never seen it pulled off. Like I don't know. I just like I don't know. What's a like good example? Like there's a couple. Like I'm just like it doesn't work. Like just imagine if it was Meek Mill and Young Boy.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
You'd be like, like,
that'd be weird. What's your top 5 Meek Mill songs of all time, man? You gotta give me your top 5.
Top
man.
5. I guess the first song that everybody's gonna say come to mind, you just has to go "Dreams and Nightmares." It's gonna be in your top 5. Then I guess I don't know. There's a lot of songs off that Championship album that are just like, I just feel like they are like can't miss songs.
I like some of his old stuff. I like House Party.
That's throwback.
That was a nice little throwback. Rico's cool. Let's see. I like some of his new stuff too. Uptown Vibes. That's a good one.
Yeah, I remember the like Tony Story series and or just even the throwback songs. Just when he first came out. You know. But, he's came a long way.
He for sure came a long way, man. Just to watch Meek Mill's journey, man. One of my favorite artists, man. I love to listen to Meek. You can't be not pumped by listening to Meek. He'll definitely hype.
At the end of the day, at least your favorite artist is giving you 2 albums. You're getting 2, not just 1, but 2.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. When we come back after the break, ladies and gents, we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening in the community as we usually do. We got a lot going on, so stay tuned. Like I said, you're listening to WLXU 93.9 What's Next Kentucky Radio. Mario Maitland, Maliek Winfrey, every Thursday at 9 o'clock p.m. If you miss out on it, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just go check it out, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. Your host, Mario Maitland. You're listening to WLXU 93.9 FM, What's Next Kentucky Radio, joined by my co-host, Mr. Maliek Winfrey. We're back again. We talked a little bit about that Titanic issue. We talked also about NBA as well, man. But there's a lot going on in the NBA, man, especially around the community. How about NBA star D'Angelo Russell coming back to Louisville, Kentucky? We talked a little bit about this last episode. A lot of people should go check out his camp.
Camp D-Lo.
Camp D-Lo, yes, his annual camp called Camp D-Lo. With many special guests that he brings in every year, man. I'm excited to see what he's got coming this year. I know Devin Booker's going to be showing up this time. I think Chris Brickley today, they just came out with the news with Chris Brickley.
Big news, Chris Brickley.
Yeah.
I want to say like just a big time known trainer that we all know. If you don't know him from just the videos, I know he's in NBA 2K, so he's kind of becoming known everywhere.
If you don't know him, you ain't doing something right. You ain't doing something right if you don't know Chris Brickley, man.
It's famous runs, what I'm saying? Like, I used to watch those runs all the time on YouTube. So.
For sure, man. I love that D'Angelo's actually, putting his camp at his hometown, just having that opportunity for the young kids to go and see these people that they look up to, man. That's awesome, man. I just love to see it, man. I wish when we were playing, we had the opportunity to, go to camps like that. But yeah, that's dope, man. I love to see it.
This is the simple and, the small things that make a difference in the community. These things is what creates a new opportunity for, not even just this generation, but, the following, so that kids who are there at the camp may, one day aspire to open their camp one day if they're able to make it beyond those limits, I was
gonna say, it's like a train, man. It's like a train, just, a chain that just keeps going and going. People getting inspired. I love to see it, man. In other news, man, we got NCAA committee. They recommended during, I guess, one of their meetings or something like that, but they recommend dropping marijuana from the banned drug list for Division I athletes. This is crazy.
Is this exciting news?
I don't know if this is exciting news.
I feel like, not even me as an athlete, I feel like there's a lot of athletes, just based upon other podcasts that I tune into, that,
this won't even really faze them.
I guess it just makes their life a lot easier,
a lot easier, man. You said podcast. I can't remember what podcast I was listening to. I think it was Kevin Durant's podcast, and how he was talking about how he was high the whole game.
There's a lot of athletes that condoning recreational marijuana. So just to hear this would it's bringing a lot of relief. A lot of easier drug tests for a lot of student athletes.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. At least they're they're always, the NCAA is it looks like they're a little less stricter than how they used to be back in the day. They're willing to bend some rules a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like they were always, just like many systems were like a step behind. I feel like they're catching up.
They catching
slowly.
up. They catching up.
First we're putting a little money in the athlete's pockets, and now we're helping them out a little bit more now. Less strict on these rules and regulations.
Yeah, I hope it pays off for them, man. They're definitely doing a lot of different things. Like you said, man, the NIL, and now, the transfer portal, adding that, not letting them sit out 1 year when you transfer.
Oh, yeah.
These guys, they're really, shout out to the NCAA, man. You guys are really brainstorming, man. Y'all really killing it, man. In other news, man, we got a man claimed that he made about $1.2 million grooming dogs back in 2022. This is according to CNBC. A guy just claims that he made $1.2 million from just grooming some dogs, man. I don't know if that might be my next profession, but I'm definitely thinking about it.
See, I don't know.
You look like you don't believe it.
Like, I believe it. There's many ways we know to make money. A lot of ways, especially in this country. I want to say it's about 1.2 million different ways to make money. But.
Hey, 1.2 million is a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money.
I don't know if I could get into that industry.
You're not grooming no dogs. Grooming dogs is hard work.
A lot of big dogs.
No, that's hard work. That's something that's not talked about a lot. Like, a lot of people I have my dog, I don't groom. Yeah, he sheds a lot.
See.
Man, it's all over the place, man.
I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's like,
sheds a lot.
It's on your clothes, it's on everything.
On your clothes,
it just makes your day so much longer.
Yeah, man, it's tough. But the job itself, just grooming, you don't really think about it in the actual reality of it, because you just drop your dog off and say, hey man, you take care of it. I don't want to deal with it. but it's like, man, the actual job is actually hard work,
people
man.
Love their pets.
Man, I tried to give my pet a bath. Man, it's terrible.
It's a fight. It's its own fight.
It's terrible, man. It's definitely a fight, man. In other news, like I said, we're bringing you news, that's happening not only in Lexington, but around the world, man, because we all are impacted by big news and big events that happen. How about Americans? This has been been talked about a little bit all over social media. Americans are drinking as much alcohol now as they was in the Civil War days. A new report from National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism has found. So there's a lot more people drinking alcohol than they did compared to Civil War. Compared to the Civil War days, are you surprised about that?
I am not surprised at all.
Yeah.
Like, at all. Like, when I think about, just the people that I know and around, and I'm like, alcohol has become, like, the cool thing.
Yeah, it has.
Not even just, like, the promotion of, like, television. I think we were watching during the NBA playoffs. It was like sponsored by what's that
what
drink?
Was it?
Casamigos.
Yeah.
Casamigos. I've been seeing it everywhere, and to see like, now like just within our own breaths and the people we know around each other, they're like, oh, have you tried this yet? You tried that alcohol? Like, Like, it's kind of like the cool thing at the moment.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like it's definitely take the turn, and part of it has to do with, like, I guess the variations of drinks nowadays. Like, back then, Civil War, like, you ain't making nothing crazy. You know what I mean? You're not making no crazy drinks like how you are today, man. I think it definitely has to do with kind of, how many options we have these days, man.
I'm not sure. Was the Civil War during, like, the hooch era? Like, was that during the Prohibition?
That's a good question, man. You think I should know that as a history degree, man. I think the that's a really good question, man. I won't say the.
Kind of wondering, like, is that the kind of play into the role of the reason why?
Yeah.
Also, I'm thinking that the war was also the reason.
The war had a lot to do with the Prohibition.
The rising,
the
rising of alcoholism.
Yeah. Athletes as well, or just marketing in general. Like you said, we seen alcohol getting advertised everywhere.
Boxing, football, it doesn't matter.
Some of our biggest athletes are marketing with alcohol. LeBron James, he sponsors wine companies and stuff like that. So you kind of look at it, it's just like, man, it's like a way of living. Like it's part of our everyday life almost now. So
hopefully along the way, we're not creating any alcoholics.
Yeah.
That's
Hopefully that doesn't come to it.
The long-term effects of it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, man, we talked about a lot today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back again Thursday again next week. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm your host, Mario Maitland. Make sure check out our show, man, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We got a lot of good content coming your way. We try to get that out to you, every day. Try to get you guys something at least to watch. But yeah, check us out, man. What's Next Kentucky Radio, and we're gonna come back to you again next week, next Thursday. If you missed listening to this episode on Live Radio Lex, WLXU, just check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I can't stress it enough, guys. We're gonna be coming back to you again. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for your support. It's been a wonderful journey so far early in this show's career, but we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna add some new features here and there. So like I said, stay tuned, and we got more coming to you this way. Okay.